in the kitchen cooking spaghetti.
Do I even want to post this vlog? Like, what am I even doing this for? I have completed 2 books, and they have both been very not good reads. I loved it. Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. Happy day 1 of Contemporaryathon. I'm so excited for Contemporaryathon. What is this, round 6? That's so cool. I'm super excited to participate again this year. I have some really fun books that I want to get to. It's so early right now. I'm making myself some coffee. So I have a lot of books. Actually, let me go get them and I can talk about the books really quick. I definitely was an overachiever when I picked out my Contemporaryathon TBR because I picked out like 6 books to try and read this week, which, like, who am I? I don't have time for all 6 of these books. These are like all full-length books. There's a 1 graphic novel. So in my hands I have A Heart in the Body in the World by Deb Cletty, The Other Misses by Mary Kubica, Frankly in Love by David Yoon, A Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, that's by Debbie Tung, I believe, Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw, and These Ghosts Are Family by Maisie Card. The books that I really want to get to this week, my priorities, are Frankly in Love by David Yoon. I'm just most excited for this one. I really want to read it. A Heart in the Body in the World, also really excited about this one. I've only heard good things and I'm kind of in the mood for something hard-hitting. The other one I really want to get to is Quiet Girl in a Noisy World. I just feel like I'm gonna love this book, and graphic novel is just a great way to break up the reading this week. As I'm going through these, I'm like, I want to read all of them. This one, Winterwood, is my local book club's pick of this month, so I have to get to this at some point this month. Whether or not it's Contemporaryathon, I don't know. I really also want to prioritize These Ghosts Are Family because it's diverse, and I do want to get to that, especially during Black History Month. I would say The Other Misses is probably last on my priority list, but I'm always in the mood for a mystery thriller, and I don't have any other mystery thrillers or anything on my TBR. It's gonna be hard to pick. I think today I'm going to start out reading Frankly in Love. Like I said, I'm just really excited to get to it, and I hope I love it. So I'm gonna start my day, and I will check in when I actually have done some reading. Yay! Hello, it is much later. Gosh, it's 5:30 on Monday, and I wanted to pop in for 2 reasons. The first reason is to tell you that I have started reading Frankly in Love by David Yoon, and I'm really liking it so far. I like the writing style. To me, it really does remind me of his wife, Nicola Yoon. I don't want to keep comparing them because I know that they're 2 different authors, but I just love Nicola Yoon and her contemporary books so much. It's just like witty and funny. It's a very like personal tone. I don't know how else to describe the voice of the character, but just really great, really liking it. I'm already just like, I feel like learning a lot about Korean American culture kind of, and like his family and his parents are pretty like racist. They don't talk to his sister anymore because his sister decided to, I think, marry a black man, and that's not okay with his parents. And so his parents have a lot of kind of issues with them, and now he is dating a white girl, and it's very like early on in the book, and the dating this girl was like very soon and very insta-lovey. I don't mind necessarily insta-love in high school, like contemporary books, because that's kind of how I was in high school, so I feel like it kind of makes sense, but it was really soon, so I'm intrigued to see like where this is gonna go. I did also switch to listen to the audiobook because there's just no way I'm going to physically read 6 books. And the only other book that I could find on audiobook, on Scribd, is A Heart in the Body in the World. These are the only 2 I'll be listening to on audiobook. Anyway, so the second thing I wanted to pop on here and say is that I have decided, not that it really matters when you're gonna be watching this vlog, but I've gone ahead and decided to stop vlogging for the week and just pick up vlogging on the weekend. I'm just having a hard time in life right now. I really appreciate that you guys have always allowed me to be really vulnerable with you all and have this as a space to share my struggles with my mental health. For a long time, I have felt like that's something that I shouldn't share and I can't share. It's really hard, I've experienced, to share it with people in a safe space, people who understand and who don't make you feel like you're making it up or just completely ignore you. Yeah, my mental health is not good right now. It's really not. And I probably should have figured that out much sooner than today while I started vlogging. But even last night I could barely sleep because I just had like so much anticipation. I don't know why. Like, I put a lot of pressure on myself for readathons and I don't know why. I don't know why. I think there's just this innate sense of like FOMO of like, oh my gosh, all these creators that I love and admire and aspire to be like are creating just these really great, wonderful, interactive, amazing vlogs and posting, and they just look like they have it all together. And I'm sure that they struggle too. So I know that that's not always necessarily the case, but it's just really easy for me to get caught up into that and then compare myself and just feel, like I said, all of this pressure to make sure that I have great content for you guys. And I'm like, man, what should I be doing throughout the week that they're gonna love to see and want to see? And how can I make my life look so cool when, like, really I am kind of falling apart right now. It is so dang dark outside and my depression is just like so here within me. I'm trying to pretend like it's all fine and good, but it's really hard. It's really freaking hard. I'm so tired of this weather. It has been raining for the last 2 weeks and it's just getting to me. In my personal life, things are just tough right now. Like, my husband has been out of a job for 6 weeks and has been trying to find a job, and every opportunity has just gone nowhere, and it has been so draining and hard for us to walk through, and my work has been so stressful right now, so much pressure to get things done and to perform, and man, it's just hard. Life is just really hard right now. It felt kind of good to get that all out. I'm trying not to cry and not to freak out because I know ultimately this is a season, and I know that these things pass. But I'm just so ready to be done with this season. And what sucks is that, like, when I'm feeling this way, when I'm feeling overwhelmed and when I'm feeling depressed, I just shut down. Like, I literally just, all I want to do right now is go upstairs into my bed, crawl under the covers, and ignore everything and just cry and sleep. And that's it. Like, I just want to hibernate until it all goes away. And unfortunately, like, that's not how things go away. That's not how issues get resolved. That's not how you work through something that you're going through. And yet, like, that's all I want. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to read a freaking book. I don't want to make myself healthy meals. I don't want to drink water. I don't want to talk about this to friends. I just want to hide. That's all I want to do. And I know that that doesn't get me anywhere. I know that doesn't make me feel better. I know that doesn't resolve things. I'm just going to try and eliminate some of the extra things that I don't need to put on myself this week. Things that I can't escape are work and life situations and eating meals, and those meals should be good and fueling me. Things that I can put aside are things like vlogging and maybe reading 6 books in a week, maybe reel it back a little bit, posting every day on Instagram, being in Twitter all the time. Those are things that I know I can reel back and that will help my stress levels. I didn't mean to start off this vlog in kind of such a messy state, but I did just really want to be honest with you guys about where I'm at. And the next time I vlog, it will be this weekend. I think I will be able to manage that much better mentally. But I am going to keep reading. I'm going to be reading all week. I love reading. I know it's going to make me feel good and it's going to make me feel better. Maybe I won't read everything I want to read, but that's okay. No one is putting that pressure on me except for me, so I'm going to try and let that go as well. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to keep reading Frankly in Love if I can find it. I don't know where I put it. How does this happen? I haven't moved. Oh, it's right here. So I'm going to keep trying to read this, and hopefully my week improves. Maybe not. Either way, I'm going to share it because that's what we do here. Welcome. Hello. It's Friday. We made it through this week. Oh my goodness gracious. So, starting over. This week has been really, really hard. It's been one of those weeks where I just feel like I keep getting kicked while I'm down, basically. I don't want this whole vlog to be a downer, and I know that I think negativity and people showing their emotions sometimes can be uncomfortable for people, and not everyone likes to watch that, and I totally respect and understand that. If it's too much for you to see like me being emotional and just me talking about life, I understand and respect that 100%. But this is also me. I just think it's important for me to put out there transparency and vulnerability and make it known that like my life is not perfect. Probably you don't think that already anyway, but I just think that it's really easy to compare your reality to someone else's highlight reel and think that, wow, I want to be like this person. I wish I was cooler. Like, I think those things. I look at people and I'm like, man, their house is so cool. Like, they must have so much money. That must be so nice. There must be so much security in that. And they must just have this easy breezy lifestyle. And like, that's just not real life. Like, real life is hard. And real life is dirty dishes and crazy cats and trying to pay the bills and relationship struggles and being lonely and insecure. I feel like part of what I want to create here on my channel is that vulnerability. I felt like I wanted to just explain that after, I think, what was kind of an emotional like turn of events, at least for me. This week has been really, really hard. I can't say any details about this, but basically something that I had been working towards for 3.5 years, that was a really big dream and something that was going to be really beneficial for my husband and myself, and something that I was pouring myself into, I found out this week was kind of a lie and not at all what I was told it would be. And just coming to terms with that and like trying to surrender that and let it go, and it's just been really hard. I know I keep saying that, but it's just been hard. So that's just kind of like where I'm at right now mentally. I still want to read this weekend. Reading is something I love. Vlogging is something I love. With all that said, I got to read one book this week and I did read Frankly in Love by David Yoon. I finished this like 2 days ago and I just haven't picked up another book since. I'm gonna talk about it more in my wrap up because I feel like I'm already talking a lot, but I didn't like this one that much. What I absolutely loved about this book was the Korean American culture and the discussions around being Korean American and living with the pressure that he did and living with racist parents and walking through that. I loved that aspect of this book. All of the cultural things that I feel like I learned and got a peek into, I absolutely loved. As far as the actual romance and story and our main character, I could not stand. I really was like bothered by something that happened in here. I can't say much because I don't want to spoil anything, but what happened in this book is not something that I like to read about. It's just, I never feel like it's justified, so whenever I read about it, I just feel like immediately kind of like disappointed, and like I'm no longer rooting for our main character. I don't think that you have to like a main character to like a book, but I think that you were supposed to like the main character, and I did not. So those are kind of my really like high overview thoughts, but I ended up giving this 2 out of 5 stars, which I was as shocked as anyone. I'm really sad that this one was really disappointing, but it just was not my cup of tea. Because I only have the weekend left to read, I am going to try and make it through 3 books, which I think is super doable. I am going to try and get to Heart in a Body in the World. That is like the hardest title. This one I'm going to try and listen to on audiobook because it's on script. I can probably listen to it in a day. I think I'm just going to color and read. That's going to be really nice and relaxing and everything I need in my life right now. And then I also want to get to A Quiet Girl in a Noisy World. This is a graphic novel. I think that it's super doable. It doesn't look like it's gonna take me long at all, and yeah, I need to stop super anticipating this one, but I'm really anticipating I'm gonna like this one. So there's this one, and then I also really want to get to Winterwood, which I realized after the fact, I don't really know if this is actually contemporary. My idea of a contemporary is that it's set in like present day world. I don't know if there's not supposed to be like magical things. I think that this is about witches. I don't know. I think this is contemporary. I think it is. Either way, I need to read it for my book club, so it's happening. Today is Valentine's Day. I'm super excited. I got Andrew a little present that I'll show you guys later. And then I also bought ingredients to make a cheesecake. He doesn't know. I told him that I was gonna make a dessert as a surprise. I hope he likes it. He asked me if it was a cake and I said yes. And he was like, is it a Fruity Pebbles cake? He loves Fruity Pebbles and it's not a Fruity Pebbles cake. He always does that when I say, I have a surprise for you. And then he tries to guess the surprise. And then I feel bad if I'm not planning what he's guessing, because he's obviously guessing that because he would be excited if that was what it was. And then I'm like, stop guessing because you're making me feel insecure about what I'm actually doing. So now I don't even know if he's gonna like it. Hopefully I don't butcher it. I actually have never made a cheesecake, so that should be interesting. We're gonna actually do like a date night in, which will be fun. I think we're gonna order some DoorDash. It'll just be nice. I have been talking so much. I have to get to work, so I'm gonna go and do that. And I will check in with you guys later. I'll show you guys Andrew's present. And then, yeah, we will make a cheesecake, have Valentine's Day. It'll be good. Today will be a good day. I am saying that. I'm putting it out there in the world. It's gonna be a good day. Thank you, Lord, for another day. Here we go.
I met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I told him I want that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. Tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go, cause we wanted different things and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know how to carry on your own. Ever since I got a good look in his eyes, I just knew that he was special. Said he wanted to take it slow, but I couldn't help that I wanted to take it to the next level. Cause I wanted that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go, cause we wanted different things and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know how to carry on. Sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I couldn't get him off my mind.
It's the end of the day. I made it through my work day, and we're going to give each other our Valentine's Day presents. Are you so excited?
Yeah.
In classic Zoe and Andrew fashion, this is mine for Andrew. And this is mine from Andrew. You guys saw what I got him. There you go. It's just a little
Why don't
something.
you open up yours first?
Oh, I have to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Okay.
It's just, you just should.
Oh, okay.
You're a lady.
Oh, so ladies first, I guess. Okay. This is so cute. Zoster.
Yeah.
These are, he wrote all of my names on this card. I don't know if it's focusing, but this is super cute. Ooh, I see sparkles. Aww. You actually got a card. He said yesterday he wasn't going to get a card because they're too expensive. Aww. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Also on the inside.
You want me to show me inside?
Yeah, well, you can just graze past it. People don't have to. Yeah, you're welcome.
He drew little kitty feet, and he signed them Scout and Misha and George. I wonder what these could be. I'm actually really excited to see which ones you pick.
I got the ones that I thought looked cool.
Oh, you thought looked cool?
Yeah, I didn't get it on any sort of referral from you.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell you like what to get. I said, here's my wish list. Oh, what is this one? Oh, these are like new ones I just put on my bookish wish list. So this one is called, and I haven't heard of this one yet. I saw it on Amazon. I thought it looked interesting. It's called The Housekeeper. It's by Natalie Borelli. And it says, she's a stalker, she's a liar, she's in your house. I think it's like a crazy psychological thriller where an ex-wife becomes, or an someone becomes like the maid or something in their house. I don't even know, but it sounds super interesting. And then this one, I think this is like super new.
Yeah, this one looked really cool.
This one sounds super cool, and it looks really cool.
I like the colors.
I think this was a book of the month. I think this was a book of the month, like last month or something. Mr. Nobody by Catherine Stedman. When a man is found on a British beach, drifting in and out of consciousness with no identification and unable to speak, interest in him is sparked. He doesn't like remember who he is or something like that. Super interesting. I'm really excited to read this one. Also, the colors are just super cool. You get to open yours now.
Okay. Oh, Scoot.
Hey, Scout.
Scout's here to help.
Oh.
Say hi. Say happy Valentine's Day to all our friends. Oh, I like this. It says babe.
It says babe.
Which is me.
It's like our wedding.
It is. It is. Thanks.
That's so cool.
This
Happy
is like,
Valentine's Day.
yeah, you too. This is the cover. It's really pretty. These are like the colors of our
wedding.
Of our wedding.
And it was like, our wedding was like a Starry Night theme.
Oh, this is very interested to see what this is.
Do you remember where we've heard about it?
I'm trying to remember.
It's the book that Gibbs talks about in like every sermon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew
sermon.
it was 2019 or 2020 that I guess I technically put it in my mind that I wanted to actually like read this.
So Andrew's not much of a reader, but this year he actually has been reading.
I have been
like fairly consistently. Not like fiction or anything like that, which is totally fine. But this book is called The Second Mountain. I don't think he's actually Christian. But it's a book that our pastor talks a lot about in his sermons. Not every week, but fairly often enough to spark our interest. So it sounds like a really good book.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it.
I hope you like it. Yeah, I kind of want to read it too.
Ooh. Yep. Ah.
I know my husband.
This is a trucker hat that I wanted for a long time. It's got like the California
emblem thing.
Bear and on it. It's just really cool. When I don't want to do my hair, I like being able to just like have a good trucker hat to put on.
Well, that's good. I like when you wear them backwards.
Yeah, normally like if I'm like cooking. If I'm in the kitchen cooking spaghetti.
It looks cute.
But,
yay!
Yeah, so yet again, Zoe does a great job.
So did you. I'm super excited about both of these. Like, this one just sounds so intriguing. Like, it sounds like kind of trashy, but really good. And this one I'm like really, really excited to read. Thanks, babe.
Oh, you're welcome.
You did a good job. And I made dessert.
What'd you make?
Do you want to see? I will show you.
Yeah. Did you make it while I was at the gym?
I made it on my lunch break while you were out. It's huge.
A big sweet tooth.
It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It might be kind of hard to see right now. But I made a berry cheesecake.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I'll have to wait until a couple... It's still warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to wait like a couple more hours to eat it, to let it set. But anyway, there's a big old cheesecake right here that I made. And it's red for love and blood. The rest of our night we're going to order food. We're gonna do some DoorDash. As far as reading, I have no idea if I'll read anything tonight, to be honest, but this weekend I do have a lot of catching up to do. Anyway, we're gonna have a date night in, and I will check back in when I have more to say. That's all.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's Day, Zoe. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair.
Hello, happy Saturday. It has been a really good day so far. It's currently 8:47, so it's pretty late in the day. This is my first time actually updating, but had a really nice busy day. Andrew and I went out and we walked around this place called Shelby Farms here, and it's just beautiful and gorgeous, and it was really, really fun. We walked around the woods for like an hour, and it was just so nice to get out and do that. And then we went to Trader Joe's and we got stuff to make soup and sandwiches when we got home. That was really good. And we've kind of just been chilling out the rest of the day, but I have gotten some reading done, so I'm very happy with that. It's been honestly like one of the best Saturdays that I've had in a while. I am a little over 50 pages in Winterwood, and I would hold up the book, but it's currently being used as my camera stand. I'm not liking it, like, at all. I'm really annoyed. I'm so petty. I'm really annoyed with the tone of the book. It's just trying really hard. Like, it's very in your face, like, this is a witchy, woodsy, organic-y atmosphere and story, and I just, like, I don't know. I just am kind of like, it's a little cringy to me. I have no idea. It's just not working for me so far, but I'm a little intrigued by the mystery of what's happening in the plot. I just am bothered by the like overabundance of kind of the prose and the flowery writing, and I really liked the atmosphere in the last book, but it's almost like too much in Winterwood for me. I don't know. I'm really surprised that that's what's bothering me, because that was the least of my worries. But it's just really odd, and we're following two main characters who are really young. I think they're really young, and they live in the middle of the woods, and there's no parents around, and I don't know. It's just, yeah. It'll be very interesting if I end up liking this one, but I'm not too sure about it. The other book that I started was A Heart in a Body in the World, and I am absolutely loving this book so much. It's so good. Thank goodness, because the other two contemporaries I've read so far have not been that good, but this I'm so glad I've picked up. I'm really enjoying it. I love the writing. I love our main character. I love the story, what she's doing. We have a main character who experienced something traumatic. I believe she was raped, but I'm not sure. They haven't really like come out and said it yet, which has been a really interesting way of moving the story along. But we know she's been through something traumatic, and right at the beginning of the book, something kind of triggers that trauma for her, and she's a cross-country runner, and she ends up deciding that she is going to run to Washington, D.C. because she wants to. And we know that there's some kind of important date coming up, so she has to do it in a specific amount of time, and it's thousands of miles, and her grandfather's in an RV, and he's following her and helping her, and it's just so freaking good. Like, I'm really, really loving this book so much. I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't pick it up sooner, so really happy with this one. It's like my saving grace so far in this readathon. And then I also still need to read Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, but I think I might save this for tomorrow, which is unusual for me because normally I do graphic novels right at the beginning, but I went ahead and decided to just, I don't know, save this for the end. So still hoping I'm gonna love this one, and we'll definitely see. But for now, Andrew and I are going to watch the last episode of the second season of You. We have been watching that the last couple weeks, and we're loving it. I'm liking it. It's a very interesting season, and it's very interesting compared to the book, because I read the second book of the You series, the Hidden Bodies one, and the liberties that have been taken are really interesting. I'm enjoying it though, so I'm really interested to see how it ends, that's for sure. So that's what we're gonna do now, and then I'll check in a little bit later. I still plan on staying up fairly late tonight and reading some more, so I will check in when I have more to talk about. But for now, we should just look at how cute little Scoot is. Scout! What are you doing? You little bean. I love you. Hi. Okay, I have read more of both of these books. This one too. And I don't have much to report because I feel the same I did in the last clip. And that was that I'm really not enjoying this one. And I'm really enjoying this one. So, I haven't finished either of them. I'm pretty confident I can finish them tomorrow. This one is really easy to read, and there's also just, I feel like not a lot going on, so I'm confident I'll get through this. I have like a little over 100 pages left, and that should be a piece of cake. And then this one, Heart in a Body in the World. Heart in a Body in the World. I have about 5 hours of the audiobook left, and that's not a big deal either, so I'm confident I'll get all this done last minute, per usual. I have church in the morning. I stayed up way too late. It's 12:30. Andrew's already asleep. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. So, gonna go to bed, church in the morning. Probably won't get to read anything until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I should get everything done. Who knows? I guess we'll see. Hi, hello. What a day. This is the first time I'm vlogging, and it's like 5:30, maybe 6. Oh well. I'm back here reading. I've actually been reading Winterwood and A Heart in a Body in the World all throughout the day when I can. I listened to a lot of the audiobook for A Heart and Body in the World on the way home from church, and I love it so freaking much. I think I have like 2 hours left of it, and I've been listening to it on 1.8 speed, so I should finish it in like an hour. But I want to take a break and try to keep reading Winterwood, and I just have to say, I really don't like DNFing book club books that we pick, because I want to give it a fair chance. I want to be able to share things during book club, but I am like really hating my time reading this book. Like really, really, really not enjoying my time. I am 123 pages in. I'm going to give it until like the 150 page mark, and if there's not something that changes as far as like how I'm feeling about reading this book, I am gonna DNF it. I don't know what it is with me and contemporary books lately, but I've read 3 contemporary books this year that I have really just not been able to stand. That is such a weird feeling for me. I feel really bad, like really bad. I don't know why I'm like being so salty towards these books, but they're just like grinding my gears. I don't don't understand what's wrong with me. I typically don't hate books. I typically don't get really angry about books that I'm not enjoying. I'm just kind of like, wasn't my cup of tea, gonna stop. But these ones are just like bugging me. Like, these characters are bugging me. I don't feel like she took enough time to build up the world for me to get to invest in what is even happening. It just started and it was like, you're supposed to care, and I just don't care. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I mean, I said it last night, but just the prose and how hard this book is trying to be very atmospheric is just not for me. I'm gonna be really honest. I know I'm talking a lot, and I know I've been talking a lot in the last couple of clips, but I just feel like there's been a shift in my reading tastes lately that's kind of hard for me. I grew up as a major contemporary reader. That was all that I read. I loved contemporary books in high school, in college, in my young adult years, and now I really see myself just totally changing my tastes and how I feel about books. And I'm really, really, really enjoying most of the adult books that I've been reading lately. And I think my tastes are just changing. And I think that that's okay. But I'm also just very confused because I don't know what kind of contemporary I like. Because I'm loving A Heart and a Body in the World. Loving it. And it's contemporary. And it's young adult. But I'm really not liking this. Maybe I just don't like things that are speculative. I don't know. But anyway, I'm being really chatty. I'm gonna read until the 150 page mark, and then I will let you guys know my decision. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I cannot finish this book. I'm so bored. I don't care, and I just don't want to read any more of it. So I'm DNFing. Oh my gosh. This readathon has been so rough. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like part of me doesn't even know why I did this. Like, this whole readathon, I just feel fairly defeated. And like, wow. Do I even want to post this vlog? Like, what am I even doing this for? It's the last day. I have completed 2 books, and they have both been very not good reads. Let's see if I can turn this around and do it with Heart and Body in the World and the introvert one that I'm A Quiet Girl in the Universe. I think that's what it was called. Anyway, I'm gonna read those. I really hope that I don't end this readathon on a bad note. I'm gonna DNF Winterwood. Next. Yeah, my book was just really sad. So I just finished A Heart and a Body in the World, and I listened to it on audiobook, and oh my gosh, that ending like destroyed me. I said earlier when I talked about this book that we knew that our main character went through some kind of trauma. Like, you definitely know that early on. It's not a spoiler to know that she went through trauma, but we don't know what kind of trauma she went through until the very end. When you get to the end and know what she went through fully, it just like, that build up, it just got me. Like, this book was written so well. I love it so much. 5 out of 5 stars. Like, easily one of my most favorite contemporary books. I loved it. I don't know what else to say. I just thought it was written really well. I thought it was paced perfectly. I loved our main character. I loved her voice, her vulnerability, her story. Watching her run 2,000 plus miles and be on this journey, and oh my gosh, like, it was just so good. I feel like I'm still processing it. Oh, they also did a dual timeline in this book, which I really appreciated and I thought really helped kind of add this intrigue. You really wanted to know what the whole story was, and just the ending, and it was so good, you guys. Yay. I read one amazing book. This book absolutely made up for the other books that I read, so that's good. Oh my goodness. Loved it. Okay, so now I need to finish the readathon with this. I don't know why I've been putting this off. I feel like I'm hyping it up too much, but I'm excited to get to it, and I hope I really like it. I loved it. I'm laughing because I read 4 books for this readathon. 2 of them I did not like at all, and 2 of them I absolutely loved and cried over. So I don't know what to make of this readathon, but oh my gosh. I want to literally hand this book to every person that knows me and be like, hi, this is me, now you know. Like, I've never felt so understood and so validated, and crap, I've cried so much in this freaking vlog. Being an introvert is really hard, and having social anxiety and being highly sensitive and working through depression is just like this ball of every day I feel like I'm failing. Every day I feel like I did not do, or I was not who I was supposed to be, and I failed. And to like live with that every day is not fun. And the main character in this book is an introvert, and she deals with literally all of those same things, and that judgment on herself, and that like self-loathing, and the constant pressure on herself to feel like she needs to be someone else. She needs to wake up one day and be this extroverted person, because no one is ever going to fully understand or accept who she is as an introvert. And I feel that way so much. She talks about it as like in relationships, in college, and then also like in her work life. And oh man, it just like, seriously, it just got me. It got me. Yeah, I just loved this so much. I literally am going to make my husband read this. The author wrote it. She wrote it about herself, which is really cool. Her husband, Jason, who is also in this book, is an extrovert, and my husband, Andrew, is an extrovert. And I'm so grateful that he's an extrovert, because it really helps balance me out, and in social situations, like, he's the one to do a lot of the talking, which is so great. And yeah, I'm so glad that I married an extrovert, for sure. I think one thing that I wish this would have covered, if anything, sometimes it can be challenging to be married to an extrovert, like to have the two combined. I know for me, like, my extroverted husband would love for me to go out and do things with him, and go to concerts and go to busy restaurants on Friday nights. And for me and my social anxiety and how much I can't stand doing those things, it's hard. It's hard to sometimes stretch myself out of my comfort zone to help him and like love him and support him in the things that he wants to do too. A lot of the relationship was really one-sided, which I understand. Like, I don't think that displaying that there was anything wrong with that, but it was very much like him giving up the things that he wanted to do for her. And I feel guilty about that all the time. I feel like, Zoe, why can't you just go to a concert? Why can't you just go out on a Friday night? Why can't you just go have a bunch of people over? It's no big deal. But it's like such a big deal. I really, really love this. I know I'm talking so much, but I just, wow. One thing that this book really does a good job of is celebrating being an introvert, and how introverts have amazing things to contribute to the world. And that's something that I really need to start accepting within myself, is that just because I'm an introvert, just because I struggle in social situations, it doesn't make me less of a human being. It makes me different. And it's really time that people and myself start accepting that and realizing that and acknowledging it. I do wish that me being an introvert was so much more celebrated and accepted and understood in my entire life, in all the environments I go to, when I go to social settings, when I go to work, when I go to be with friends. I feel like I'm constantly having to apologize for being me, and it's really, really hard. And so this was just such an encouragement to me to read and say, like, yeah, I can be an introvert, and that's a great thing. I know it sounds really cheesy, but I really loved this book. Total 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I feel like I'm going to be rereading this a lot just for myself and to encourage me when I need it. So I really like this. Well, that is the Contemporaryathon. It was a rough one, you guys. If you're still watching, I struggle because I feel like I need to apologize for kind of the train wreck that this ended up being, but we made it through. Not every readathon is perfect. Not every readathon goes as planned. Life does not go as planned, and that is okay. We still made it through. I read 2 books I really didn't like and 2 books I really, really loved, so I think it balanced itself out, and I'm really happy with the ones that I ended up loving, so that's good. Alright, well, if you guys participated in Contemporaryathon, please, please, please let me know. If you did a video, a vlog, whatever, tell me what you read. I would really love to know. I hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye!